island of the mind, between the dirt and the brush.
Okay, Graham. Parker asks, why do good people suffer?
Well, it's a good question, and it's one that people ask continually. And I think the best example I could give would be the fact that the rain falls on good people and the rain falls on people that are not so good, because there's a common there. And there's a very real sense in which we live in a broken world. It originally was a good world, but over time it has become broken. And because it's broken, everything is not dependent on every individual. And so as a consequence of that, there are people who behave in certain ways, and there are people who behave in very different ways. And so what tends to happen is, in this broken world, in our broken bodies, and all the various ways in which everybody has inherited various different things, so in one sense we're all in the same boat. And the things that happen to us, whether good or bad, are not dependent on our morality. Having said that, of course, there are choices that we do make, and those choices have outcomes. And so there are some people that would have to say, because I behaved in this way, I suffered the consequences of it. But in things like illness, bereavement, in a variety of different circumstances, then in a sense it is a level playing field. I think sometimes genetically people are programmed to have different things happen to them, but it's not their individual behaviour that determines everything about them. That's a much, much bigger picture based on a broken world. But as a Christian, of course, I recognise that when Jesus came, he came to deal with much of this brokenness. It hasn't been completely taken away, but we do have now someone who works with us and is in us as we trust him, that can help as we go through some of the difficulties that we find in life. So it isn't dependent on us, but we do have a God who has sought to redeem this broken world, and ultimately in Jesus Christ.